Hello, my lovelies. I've decided to do a so you want to learn tarot course. Okay, so I'm just going to dive straight into it. There's a lot to learn and it can be a little bit daunting. Tarot can be a little bit daunting when you first pick up the cards. It's like, oh my God, where do I start? How am I going to remember everything? And it can be daunting. So what my aim is to strip it right back, start from the very beginning, and keep it as simple as possible in layman's terms for you, okay? So hit the button, bash the buttons, because the series, I don't even know. I mean, I've made up like about 30 thumbnails for part 1 right through to 30, but I'm gonna try and keep them short and to the point and in layman's terms for you, okay? So yeah, just bash the button if you want to follow the series on tarot reading, okay? What I would say is it's important to know the meaning of each card, the generic meaning of each card, just to start out with, and that is only going to come with practice on yourself. That is my top tip. Practice on yourself. Sit down, think how you feel at that present moment in time, and pull a card, and then put your emotion to that card, okay? It's my top tip for learning. And also after that, friends and family, okay? You're not doing them an actual tarot read. Ask them how they feel, ask them what they're going through, and then pull the card and then link the meaning of how they're feeling to the card you pull. You will learn a lot quicker, all right? Again, also, when we come to court cards, which is your page, your knights, your queens, and your kings, link them with someone you know, okay? So for instance, the Queen of Cups, she's loving, she's nurturing, she's sincere, she has her emotions in check, yeah? So link that card, the Queen of Cups, to someone in your environment. That's how you can come and learn the court cards, all right? But we'll go into that a little bit later down the line. What I really just want to start with at this present moment in time is tell you just what tarot is for me. And again, this is my opinion, this is the way I've learned it, and this is from my perspective of tarot. Okay, so we've got the 78, I can't even remember, the 78 cards in a pack, okay? 22 are the major arcana, 0 to 21, and the other 56 are the minor arcana. All right, now the major arcana represent, I've written it down so I don't forget, you know, otherwise I'm going to go off on a tangent and get lost, and you know I'm going to be here for absolutely ages when I want to make these really quick. Okay, so the tarot in general, okay, it represents our life. We start the tarot with the Fool card, yeah? Oh, hold on, let me stick myself up in the corner, all right, and then you can see. So the tarot starts with the Fool, okay? It's a major arcana card. We are the Fool. This is us, this is you, this is me, this is your parents, this is your friend. We are all the Fool on the Fool's journey through the tarot, okay, till we come to the World card, all right? Now the World card is the end, it's the completion of a cycle. So we are on the Fool's journey, and we go through life's experiences until we've learned the lessons. There's not just one, there's many lessons that we need to learn, okay? And when you complete the lesson, you come to the world, which means, you know, the Fool has been on a journey of heartbreak, of laughter, of sorrow, of guilt, of, you know, extremes in emotion, mental thinking, experiences from, you know, whatever, from alcohol to drugs, to sex, to rock and roll. And we go through the tarot that tells the story, and then from every experience we have, we come to the World card, where that situation ends and we learn a lesson from it. Okay, does that make sense? So we are the Fool, yeah, and we go through the tarot as the Fool. We hit the 22 major arcana, so there's 21 left after the Fool major arcana, and this is the big stuff that we learn in life. This is the big stuff, the lessons. Major arcana are the big lessons we learn in life, and tarot offers guidance on those lessons, okay, for our long term. Tarot does not foretell your future, all right? Energy changes all the time. Tarot looks at the past and it looks at your current situation to predict, yeah, the energy that might be coming in if you stay on the same course, if you stay in the same energy that you're in the current situation. It can predict a path and energy of the future. I only like to look about 2 months in advance. Even that is pushing it, because energy changes constantly, okay? You may be feeling shit one day, you may wake up the next day and you may feel completely different and do something out of the blue and completely change your energy. So tarot is just a guidance, a foresight of what may happen if you stay in your current energy. And we also look at the past, because the past can predict your current energy now, and then looking at your current energy, we can predict or foretell something, some sort of energy in the future, all right? But it's only if you stay on the path that you are currently in. So really it's guidance, and it's there to say, well, look, this is the situation, you could do this or you could do that, and then it's down to the client or the person that's having their cards read to then sit, take that in and think, yeah, I can do something different, or yeah, I can change the energy I'm in now to change you know, what the energy is for the future. All right, so that is what tarot's about. So the major arcana is about the Fool. The Fool is us, and it's about not our physical, okay? The major arcana, the Fool, is not about our physical body. It's about our soul's journey through life. And it's about our accomplishments, it's about our setbacks, and it's about our lessons. And actually it's about our spiritual awakening, all right, into ourselves and our shadow. All the things that we've brought from childhood, all the things that we've brought from our ancestors down through our DNA. You know, some people say, oh gosh, she's like her grandparent, or you know, I can see, you know, a grandparent in, because we have their DNA as well. So it's everything that comes down your lineage that you need to heal. And this is the awakening. This is the cycle we are on, understanding what the past was, to be able to heal and awaken in this current moment and for the future, and to be able to pass our DNA on, which has been healed, to our children and to their children. In doing so, to enlighten and to awaken future generations. And that is actually the story of tarot. Okay, so then we go into the minor arcana. We've got 56 cards. They are all about the everyday nitty gritty shitty bits of life that we go through. Okay, so it's the actions we take, it's the decisions we make, it's the emotions we feel, okay, and that we are faced with, that the Fool is faced with. Tarot goes deep, okay, it's very connected to astrology. At this present moment in time, we won't go anywhere near astrology because it will just complicate the situation. All right, but we will sort of scratch the surface of astrology, just like the Emperor is represents Aries, and the Death card Scorpio, the Hangman Pisces. You know, so we'll scratch the signs that hit the cards in these reads, but at this present moment in time, I want to start with the minor arcana. So we'll put the major aside for the time being, and what I want to do is I want to start with what they represent. Okay, so we've got the cups, we've got the wands, we've got the pentacles, and we've got the swords. And in this video, that is what we are going to cover: the meaning of the cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacles. So if we look at the cups, okay, I'll take the aces for to refer to. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I knew this was going to happen. I'm literally going to forget everything I wanted to say. I can't even remember. It'll come back to me. Okay, the cups. Okay, now the cups represent emotion. They represent relationships, and they represent creativity. All right, so cups represent emotion, creativity, and relationships. It's all you have to remember. Cups. The wands, that's what I was going to say. The cups, I knew I was going to say something, also refer to water signs of the zodiac. All right, so Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Okay, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, relationships, emotions, and creativity for the cups. Pen and paper, you need a pen and paper, you need to write all this down. All right, the wands, okay, they represent the fire signs of the zodiac. So we're talking Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. The wands represent projects, career and jobs, inspiration, and passion. Okay, so fire signs of the zodiac: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they represent projects, careers and jobs, inspiration, and passion. All right, Pentacles. There's a lot to learn about tarot, but if you stick with it, make notes, write it all down, you will get there. Pentacles, Pentacles represent the earth signs of the zodiac, okay, of the star signs. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And the Pentacles represent, I've just got it all written down so I don't forget. The Pentacles represent money, finances, and the physical world, okay? Physical and material world that we live in and that we walk, okay? Money, finances, physical, 3D world that we walk, the material stuff. And they represent, the Pentacles represent the earth signs. Are you with me? Are you getting it? Swords. Swords represent the air signs. So we're looking at Gemini, Aquarius, and oh my god, I can't remember the other air sign. Libra. Okay, should remember that, my daughter's a Libra. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The swords represent the air signs. The swords also represent communication, intellect, ways of thinking, and challenges, okay? So swords represent air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and they represent our mental thinking, all right? Intellect, communication, ways of thinking, and communication, all right? So that is a breakdown on what the suits of the tarot represent, all right? I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it brief. And you need to go away and learn it, all right? So pens, paper, and yeah, and learn away. We just need to know the basics, okay? What makes a tarot reader, I don't want to say better, but what improves a reader is the basic knowledge of the tarot, and then on top of that, after lots and lots and lots of practice, your intuition will start kicking in. Anyone can read tarot. What makes a good tarot reader is when that intuition starts kicking in. Yeah, so that can come. It is also helpful to know a little bit about star signs as well. Okay, so you know, the characteristics, just the general characteristics of star signs, it's quite helpful to know that. You could even just start with thinking, oh, you know, my dad's this, or my mum's this, my sister's this sign, and seeing their characteristics and remembering those. And then you can also apply those characteristics. Like Taurus are known to be stubborn, okay? So remember, Taurus is an earth sign. So if you're getting a sensation of something being stubborn, yeah, within a read, it could be an earth sign person that you're either dealing with or reading for, or someone that they're dealing with. And this is how intricate the tarot can get when you start, your intuition starts kicking in, and you just get a sense of the energy of that person, or a sense of the energy of the person that they're dealing with or asking after, okay? But that all comes in time. At this present moment in time, we're just going to learn about the cups, the wands, the pentacles, and the swords, and that's what they represent, and the signs that they represent as well. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, the zodiac signs, the star signs, it's quite handy to also know about the general groups of them. So you've got mutable star signs, you've got cardinal star signs, and you've got fixed star signs, okay? And it's just quite, I'll just chuck this in at the end because it can actually be quite beneficial again as you progress through tarot and you learn more about it, when you start being able to use your intuition and pick up on energies, okay? Now the fixed star signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aqua, okay? Aquarius. And the fixed star signs, they're very determined in what they do. They're very persistent in what they do, yet they can be stubborn and inflexible, all right? And that stubborn and inflexibility within them can actually mean that they don't like change. We go on to the mutable star signs, which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces. Now these signs, they're flexible signs, okay, which just means that they can be diplomatic and they can adapt to most situations. So you can chuck them in at the deep end and they will adapt. They might not like it, but they will adapt to the situation, okay? And they tend to think things through, all right? So they can adapt to a situation, but they will tend to think things through before they take action, and before they carry something out, they'll tend to think about it. And then we go into the cardinal signs, which are Aries, Libra, Cancer and Capricorn. Now these signs are very self-motivated, okay, signs. They're insightful signs and they have a tendency to be quite ambitious, yeah, and driven and can motivate themselves to do stuff. But they're also known to be reactory signs. So they can make decisions hastily. So they can make quick decisions and act upon them hastily without thinking things through before they act, which can tend to go a little bit tits up sometimes for them, okay? So those are some characteristics of your fixed signs, your mutable signs and your cardinal signs. It's just something to keep in the back of your head because it does help when you're reading for a client to know what star sign they are, okay? Now I know the star sign is actually only just a little bit of who they are, but it does help, okay? So if you're reading for a Virgo, I'm a Virgo, you know that person sitting in front of you may be quite strong-willed, they may be quite opinionated, okay? They may be quite outgoing, but also not particularly liking to be center of attention, but outgoing at the same time. So you know, if you're reading for a Virgo, that they may have those traits, and it really does help when you're reading tarot, because if you're reading for that person and a situation comes up, you can sort of judge how they may react in that situation. You know, when someone a situation comes up where they're being someone's being controlling to them, you know how that Virgo may react in that situation, okay? They may get a little bit hot-headed. If it's a persistent attack on them, okay, Virgos can take quite a lot actually before they snap, but when they do snap, it's usually a build up of everything they haven't released in a long time. And I'm just using Virgo because I'm Virgo and I know what I'm like. So yeah, so a little bit about star signs. I would say characteristics of star signs: your mutable, your cardinal, and your fixed signs. Learn a little bit about their characteristics, and then just learn about your cups, your wands, your pentacles, and your swords. Cups being water, wands being fire signs, pentacles being earth signs, swords being air signs, cups being emotion, relationships, creativity, wands being fire, passion, hobbies, what else have I got? Inspiration, career and jobs and passion. Pentacles being the physical world, finances and money, and your swords being mental thinking, communication, intellect. I just want to read it. Ways of thinking and challenges. Okay, something that's challenging, just so I remember I get it all in there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and we're just going to keep it bite-sized and small, and go away and learn the suits and a little bit about zodiac signs, because it is helpful, and learn about your suits in the tarot. I'm going to leave it there for this one. It's the first one. Remember, bash that button if you would like to join me on the journey of tarot and me trying to explain it to you. And then next time around, I think we're going to be looking at the numbers in tarot. All right, so the numbers on the cards, we're going to break that down, and we're going to look at what the numbers on the cards mean in part 2. All right, I love you long time. I hope you followed all that. But obviously you can always visit back to the beginning and play it again, and pause it and stop it and re-listen, write it down, and make your own notes on it. Okay, notes are really good. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you long time, and come join me on the journey of tarot. Or I would also like to say, start with the Rider-Waite deck. All right, it's the traditional Rider-Waite that I would say start with. Okay, I started with some Greek, my first tarot deck 20, oh my god, I don't know, 20, I'm 51 now. I bought it when I was 22, when I was pregnant with my daughter, so god, like nearly 30 years ago. It was some Greek mythological tarot deck, and I bleeding struggled. All right, I struggled because everything was the same color. The imagery was confusing. Start, even if you might want to jump into beautiful decks, because there are some beautiful decks out there, buy them, put them aside till you've mastered the Rider-Waite. Once you've mastered the Rider-Waite, it is really then very helpful to bring in other decks, because then you can start seeing the imagery and seeing different things within the cards, and tarot will explode into beautiful stories or not so beautiful stories, whatever the case may be for the person in front of you. But start with the Rider-Waite. Okay, it's a beautiful deck in its own right. I love you long time, and love me hard back. Bash my buttons and bash my subscribe button, hit the notification button, because part 2, you'll be then notified of it, and we can carry on this journey together. See you for part 2.